There comes a time in every hero's journey when everyday life suddenly turns into an unexpected adventure. For me, the journey started when I went to college. The world I knew consisted of high school routines and cozy setting with little responsibilities. With known acquaintances, daily rituals, and firmly established sense of comfort, my life had a predictable rhythm. But college was the invitation to explore a whole new world, one that was full of potentials, uncertainties, and significant personal development. Accepting difficulties that would put my resilience, inventiveness, and resolve to the test was necessary to answer this call. The hero's journey, in Joseph Campbell's view, starts in the familiar world before being called to adventure, frequently accompanied by hesitancy at first. I received the call along with my acceptance letter, which marked the beginning of a distant academic journey. I was excited at first, but I wasn't sure if I was prepared for the demanding demands of college life. It was questioned if I would be able to live up to the standards, form the friendships, and balance my personal and academic lives. The hero's journey describes how supernatural assistance frequently manifests as guides or lucky coincidences. My family's backing and the insight that graduates gave me were the source of this advice for me. Their counsel served as an illumination of guidance as I passed through the first limit, which was orientation week. With this symbolic crossing, I formally began my college journey, where everything from navigating the campus to making new acquaintances represented a leap to the unknown. Despite the turmoil at first, I eventually adjusted to my new surroundings. A road of transformation began when the threshold was crossed. Beyond this moment, I realized there was no going back. My decision to welcome this trip strengthened my will to take on the obstacles that lay ahead. As I entered this unfamiliar area, I prepared myself for the challenges that would mold my personality and change how I define success. The beginning of the hero's journey is characterized by a number of difficulties and challenges. Three major challenges in college put my willpower to test and forced me to major. Challenge 1: academic pressure. Managing the intense academic pressure was the first difficulty. In contrast to high school, when I could divide my time between studying and fun, college required total concentration and careful time management. The tall beast I encountered, he was a mythological representation of worry and procrastination. I was persuaded to put off my responsibilities by its persistent whispering, which resulted in restless nights and growing anxiety. With each missed deadline, the creature got stronger, feeding off my fear of failing. I made a study program, improved my time management abilities, and when I needed it, I obtained tutoring in order to defeat this beast. I discovered how crucial it is to divide difficult jobs into smaller, more doable ones and to acknowledge minor accomplishments along the way. This method not only helped me to perform better academically, but it also made me feel less anxious. I learned perseverance and resilience from the event. Challenge number 2: financial independence. Financial independence was at issue in the second trial. Finding part-time work and managing a tight budget seemed like fighting a crafty beast that symbolized scarcity. I had to traverse uncharted area in order to complete this assignment, where resourcefulness and financial planning were crucial. There were times where I wasn't sure if I could extend my budget to pay for necessities. That being said, I welcomed this challenge as a chance to gain useful skills of life. I became more adept at separating needs from wants and carefully budgeting my money. I also learned accountability and time management by working part-time. I gained flexibility and resilience from the experience, which helped me get ready for financial responsibilities in the future. Challenge number 3: social integration. Social integration was the third obstacle. At first, developing deep friendships was like facing a hydra of fears. Social contacts were intimidating because of the fear of rejection. I frequently wondered if I belonged in this unfamiliar setting. However, I slowly built a network of support by joining groups and taking part in group projects. I was reminded that a hero is never really alone by my newfound friendships, which served as barriers against loneliness. These relationships enhanced my college experience in addition to offering an emotional support. I discovered the value of being vulnerable and the strength that comes from sincere relationships. A mentor who offers insight and direction is frequently encountered by a hero. Professors and senior students served me in this function during my voyage. Their guidance, together with my peers' encouragement, was a ray of optimism. Study groups developed into a cohesive force that helped students overcome academic obstacles. My professors encouraged me to think critically and approach problems creatively by sharing information that went beyond the classroom. Their support gave me more self assurance and inspired me to go outside my comfort zone. My friends, meanwhile, offered support and companionship, serving as a reminder that bonds are often through shared challenges. Social gatherings, binge watching television, and the temptation of prolonged social media browsing were all temptations. These diversions aimed to undermine my academic objectives. I was frequently tempted to put leisure before responsibilities, which made me reevaluate my priorities. I developed discipline, establishing limits on my free time and giving my obligations first priority in order to battle these temptations. I discovered the value of balance and realized that taking short breaks was crucial to sustaining concentration and output. I was better equipped to handle the difficulties of college life by creating a regimented schedule. Self doubt was the last mythological monster I faced as my journey came out to an end. Whispering doubts about my skills and potential, this beast fed on dread and insecurity. But resilience was my superpower, home to innumerable struggles. The information and skills I acquired served as my shield, and my resolve served as my symbolic sword. My journey's greatest gift was the understanding that persistence leads to growth. Atonement was represented by each semester's successful completion, which demonstrated that I had surmounted obstacles and come out stronger. This triumph represented a change from a timid student to a self-assured person, and it was not only intellectual. Returning as the master of two worlds, I recognized that I was no longer the high school student I once was. I was now a young professional who was prepared to use my acquired knowledge and abilities to benefit society. I was now aware of the value of flexibility, critical thinking, and empathy. Although I have a long way to go in my heroic path, I am now ready for whatever is ahead. I am prepared to keep moving up the growth spiral and make a significant contribution to the world around me because I have resiliency, resourcefulness, and a supportive community at my disposal. My experience serves as an example that victories are not always achieved with weapons, but rather with sheer willpower and fortitude to press on.